Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. Today is the grand inauguration of the new bus fleet, which is going to contribute to reducing the age-old traffic congestion issue in the city of Brunel. Or maybe it will just make it even worse. The authorities are arriving in a special train hauled on this occasion by the most modern locomotive in the Brunel Railways fleet, the Italian State Railways E656 Caimano, with a special train consisting of one Italian State Railways Treno Bandiera first class coach, a Deutsche Bundesbahn second class coach, and the Orient Express restaurant car, which is where the authorities will have their inauguration refreshments lunch, 4-course meal by chef Jean-Paul. You really think it's fresh. In reality, his real name is Jean-Paul Tin Opener or Can Opener. He specialised in opening the can, sticking it in the pot and warming it all up. But the authorities don't know this. Anyway, as the train approaches the station, another lap, you can see that the town is thronging with activity. All the Brunelians are flocking to the centre to see what's happening, to see these new buses, and we're going to bring the train into the station now. Who says lemurs can't crawl? Lubricate them well and hitch them up to the right kind of controller. Very well. So everybody is going to get off the first class coach. Very well. So now that the train has arrived, the authorities are moving. You can see they're all getting off the train. There are the flashes of the photographers. The journalists are there ready at the station. Everybody's walking down the underpass. They're following the underpass. Ta-ra-tan, ta-ra-tan, ta-ra-tan. And they're coming out of the main station building. Here they all are. And here we can see that the Mayor of Brunel, who is already present, has just arrived in his open-top Mercedes car, while the police forces are blocking the access to the station square. So we can see that Brunel has a very strange combination of police forces. We can see here a Carabinieri car, then we can see a German BMW Baroque Engel police car, and a Wartburg of the German Volkspolizei, an East German car. So when people call the police in Brunel, there are 3 different police forces that show up. Sometimes they don't agree with each other. In particular, this lot here, they don't really like each other very much. I wonder why. Anyway, more authorities are arriving by coach, by tour coach. They're unloading. Here we see one of the most important photojournalists of Brunel, Giancarlo, what's his name? I don't know. Giancarlo, I think he's called Giancarlo Scoop Antonini. Boo, I don't know. He's good for scoops. He's arriving in his Fiat 500, and he would like to pass, flashing his reporter's identification card, but the conflicting police forces are not really agreeing upon that. Okay, so now let's get going and understand what else is happening in this town. In the meantime, as you can see, the Brunelians have parked just about everywhere because they're still car mad. This Opel Capitaine is up on the pavement. The same Renault, but the police forces are too busy doing crowd control. And more cars here. I should have a helicopter background. I remember doing these things when I was a kid. I had the time of my life. Okay, I'm trying not to laugh. And in the meantime, as all the authorities line up for the inauguration, we're coming down, we're lowering. I hope I won't sneeze. I'm about to sneeze. If I sneeze, I'll sneeze. And we are going to pan over here and see what progress has been made on the level crossing. Work in progress, definitely. So, what's been happening on the level crossing? So I used some lengths of wood on the sleepers to build up the sleepers, and of course they're not right in contact with the rails because there are the shoes, and then another piece of wood here, other 2 lengths of modelling wood there, a piece of this flat plank. This is very old. I bought this, my father bought it for me in 1989 for my end of the middle school technical job making the model bridges, and so that's very well seasoned wood. And what I'm going to do here, I'm actually using the patterns I cut because I want to be able, if necessary, I want to be able to lift the track. So I'm actually going to make the finishing, so the part that covers the rails, in a dark grey paper. You know, very often level crossings, the central part is not in concrete. Well, if it's a good quality level crossing. If it's just slabs of concrete, is one of the ones that you have to sort of get down into second gear or even maybe first gear and try and not knock the sump out of your car. I know, I've been over a few of them. Anyway, so this is what we'll be doing, and I'm going to fit paper on here so that if I do some card to finish it off, here I'll make the central part. I still haven't done that. I'll be taking the measurements, and I'll be working on it maybe later today. And I'll use card so that if I have to lift things up, I'll glue it down on the 2 sides, so there and there. And card is easy to replace. You just cut through it, lift the rails, do any maintenance work, and then put things back together. Anyway, that apart from the serious things, let's go back to the great inauguration. So here we are. The authorities have arrived. We can see the chaos. The big articulated Liaz, Skoda Liaz, is still here from work on the level crossing. We can see the red van, Fiat 238 van of the local television crew. There's also representation of the fire brigade and the ambulance service, and the local postmaster in his Trabant with Deutsche Post written at the side. No, they're not letting that journalist pass. No way. The conflicting East and West German police forces have agreed that he's not going through. The grandstand view in the flats, the Brunelians have probably rented out even the lofts for people to see this great occasion. And now we finally arrive at the centre of the great event. There's a street light in the road. Let's go down, let's pan down. 4 new buses. Simple. Take the street light out the road and we can see things better. So the city of Brunel has now got 4 new buses which will relieve congestion or increase it, and a maintenance vehicle in the form of a Barkas van. So maybe you saw it in some of the videos. Here's the Barkas van. This is an East German model. It says Werkstattwagen, meaning maintenance vehicle. It's actually relates to the motorway authority of Dessau. Very nice little model. When I got it, the internal, the glazing had sort of fallen down, so I didn't unclip the model not to avoid damaging it. I put a spot of glue and glaze on the roof and then pushed it back up, and that's it. Very nice van. It'll go. The Barkas is one of my favourite vans, together with the Fiat 238. I've actually owned a Fiat 238 in camper van version. Should make a video about that. Anyway, here's the new bus fleet, complete with maintenance vehicle Anyway, we hope they won't be requiring maintenance too frequently. We have an Icarus 260, the absolute backbone of Eastern Europe's public transport. Two Robur, a brand new Robur minibus, an older refurbished Robur minibus with touring coach interior, and the absolutely iconic and futuristic Icarus 66 with it's nearly a space age design of the 1960s with its rear mounted engine in a pod. And I think the authorities are extremely pleased, even if some of the councillors that work in these offices have no idea of what's going to be happening soon. But for the moment, let them enjoy their moment of glory, and we'll see what happens in the next episode. The authorities have now, this is a very quick inauguration, they've played various national anthems. Also wonder, what's the national anthem of Brunel? And is Brunel the capital of a state? Brunel has some police forces, fire brigade. Could Brunel maybe be a de facto independent country in this geopolitical mess that we're in? It could be, it might not be. We will find out in the upcoming episodes of Brunel. It might be the capital, you never know. It's a very strange economy because they have some East German shops, Konsum. It's a sort of mixed economy, a mix of market economy and planned economy. And this might be a recipe for disaster. So we can see the station, the authorities, handshaking, speeches. In the meantime, people are watching from the windows. We're at midday, the sky, the sun is high at its zenith. There's the sun, 40-watt bulb and an LED one up there. I hope we didn't see the cobwebs or my wife will shoot me. Well, not really, figuratively speaking. And here's the front of the station. Where the people have arrived in the morning on the trains to see this great event. In the meantime, Chef, I don't even remember his first name, but his nickname is the fastest can opener of the world, is busy scooping out the food from the tins and putting it into the saucepans to make the fantastic menu. I hope the authorities won't have a sore stomach afterwards. So this is Brunel, Patrick's Models and Transport reporting, and I think the event is about to end. All the authorities are. Oh, wait a minute! They actually want to go for a ride on one of the buses, so they're going away in the Robur. They're just driving along, just to spot. But the Carabinieri have decided that there is too much chaos, and the security levels are not high enough. So that was a bus trip. So they're just going to reverse, and maybe they should oil the transmission a bit. It's a bit squeaky. So that's the latest development in the city of Brunel. Everybody's going back to the train, and you can hear them. They're all walking along on the underpass back onto the train, because the lunch, the inauguration refreshments will be, as they're on the train, there'll be travelling refreshments in true Brunelian style. So everybody's ready. Station master has shown the green flag, and they're leaving. Very well. Time for the inauguration refreshments. Buon appetit, buon pranzo, and porta buona. And Mahlzeit if you speak German. Now the people of Brunel are all going to see the buses. They can't wait for the new service to begin. And which is your favourite bus? Let me know in the comments which one you like best. In the meantime, people are going to the restaurant, the station. They're going for refreshments at the kiosk. They're going to the Brunel Cafe, platform 1. And I think the van that's delivering Motta ice creams is going to make a lot of money today. Okay, cheerio, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao.